Disabilities, disorders, special needs. You've heard these words thrown around a lot. But have you ever stopped and considered the weight behind these words and what they actually mean? Well, in this video, I'm going to do my best to define these terms as well as describe its 4 types. Now, what is a disability? The word disability means different things to different people. And sometimes, people don't identify as having a disability at all, because everyone defines disabilities differently. Special needs can mean many things, from thriving with a condition that challenges a single aspect of daily life, to coping with something that forces you to learn a new normal. So generally, a disability is an impairment that may be cognitive, developmental, intellectual, physical, emotional, sensory, or some combination of these. It substantially affects a person's life activities and may be present from birth or occur during a person's lifetime. Now, disabilities is an umbrella term covering impairments, activity limitations, and participation restrictions. While every child is different, here are the 4 major types of special needs children. Number 1. Physical, like muscular dystrophy, epilepsy, cerebral palsy, and multiple sclerosis. A physical special needs disability is any condition that prevents normal body movement and control. These physical issues can be caused due to genetics, spinal cord injury, brain damage due to trauma, or any serious illness. Muscular dystrophy and cerebral palsy are the most common. A child with muscular dystrophy will have weakened muscle fibers, while a child with cerebral palsy will have brain damage. Children with physical problems often require special healthcare support. Number 2. Developmental, like autism, Down syndrome, and Fragile X syndrome. A developmental disability is any condition that results in substantial functional limitations like receptive and expressive language, learning, and capacity for independent living. A combination of mental or physical impairments cause these disabilities. Most developmental disabilities in children usually begin before a child is born, while a few can begin during their growing years caused by an illness, infection, or trauma. In most cases, the developmental needs may arise due to a mix of factors, including genetics, parental health during pregnancy, complications during birth, and exposure to environmental toxins. Common developmental disabilities are Down syndrome and Fragile X syndrome. Those who have Down syndrome are born with an extra copy of chromosome 21, which affects brain and body development. Fragile X is another developmental disability that is thought to cause autism in boys. Number 3. Behavioral or emotional, like ADD, bipolarized, or ODD. A behavioral or emotional disability has many possible characteristics. Many include an inability to build or maintain interpersonal relationships, an ability to learn, and feelings of depression or anxiety. A behavioral disorder can be traced back to biological factors like malnutrition, illness, or disability, family and school-related factors like the individual's home life and emotional trauma. ADD, or attention deficit disorder, is one common behavioral disability which includes symptoms of inattentiveness, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Bipolar disorder is also common, which includes symptoms of depression, irritability, and distractibility. Number 4. Sensory impaired, like deaf or limited hearing, or blind or visually impaired. Sensory impairment disabilities are when one of the senses like sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste, or spatial awareness is not at the average functioning level. While injury and infection can cause sensory impairment, genetics can also play a role. Common disabilities include limited hearing or visual impairment. Children with this disability may have difficulty receiving and responding to information. But sometimes, having a disability is less about how different you are and more about how differently other people treat you. Too often, people focus only on the disability. Maybe
that's the problem with this whole video. We've been defining and differentiating disabilities this whole time, when all we needed to do was define people. People come in all shapes, sizes, and abilities. But at the end of the day, we are all human beings who deserve to be respected and have a voice. No categories necessary. Thank you.